Hello. Welcome back to our U.S. Rule the Waves 3 playthrough, starting in 1890. Uh, Waves of Steel. As you can see, we are at war with Japan. We've had a little bit of action here and there. It's mostly just been convoy warfare. For some reason, they keep sinking our convoy, or sinking our shipping here in Northeast Asia, which is a little bit weird. And I've got raiders out in at least the Central Pacific, maybe the North Pacific as well. Let's see here. Central Pacific. Let's send to the Nashville, or this Nashville. It's the Phoenix. Let's send it to the North Pacific. There we go. And that way we spread our raiders out a little bit. And these are 21 knots. They might be at a. It might make a difference because our current raiders are like 19 knots. So. But it's currently, as you can see here, it is Tuesday, April 29th for me. This video should be coming out on Thursday, and I just wanted to get this recorded in the morning here, or I guess this is noon now. But we do have some nasty storms on the way today, so I don't know if I'll be with power later on to do this. But at least there'll be an episode set up for Thursday. So let's go ahead and start pressing buttons and see if we can't get this war over with. All right. We have a little bit of excess monthly balance here. Let me just look at this real quick. Yeah, once these ships here finish building, the monthly balance should come down to a pretty reasonable level, and we'll just coast on a red balance there for a while until we can get these Galvestons done. So let's. Okay, so we got 4 new corvettes for the Navy, a couple of destroyers. And we're being raided in the Central Pacific now, despite having trade protection ships, like dedicated trade protection there. We're not scoring like any shipping kills with our raiders in the Central Pacific. So I'm a little bit tempted to make this Central Pacific Nashville into a trade protection ship. It is 21 knots. It's a heavy cruiser. It's one of our, just mount a couple of 7-inch guns and then load it up with 5 inches, 5 inchers. There we go. They've intercepted our raider. That's good. It's the Oakland. So that's one of our new Galveston class. So it should do okay. It's got 8 6-inch guns and some torpedo tubes. The guns are probably less important than the torpedoes at this point, but we'll see. There we go. We're far from home, so this will have to do well here in this battle. So they've intercepted us and they are running away. There we go. It's reportedly a heavy cruiser, but we'll see as we get closer to it. There we go. Once we get within 6-inch gun range, we should be pretty good here. There's 1 hit. In this era, 6-inch guns are very premium weapons if you can score a hit, because most ships aren't armored enough to handle a 6-inch hit. We're straddling each other, so let's maneuver a little bit here. How fast is this? 19 knots. That's a big armored cruiser. It's got more 6-inch guns than we do. It probably has a lot more armor. 4-inch belt. That might actually be pretty decent against our guns. So we're hitting them. They're hitting us. We're starting to take a little bit of, we're losing some of our speed, so let's try and get out of here if we can. We have 4 hours until dark. So, I mean, technically our objective is to get away since we're the raider, but they might be catching, I don't know, if they're 19 knots, then we should be leaving them behind even at 20. They're chasing. I mean, if nighttime gets here, it's going to be a while, but If nighttime gets here, we could use it to our advantage to get in close and launch some torpedoes. Let's look at our damage level here. We have a decent amount of damage. We're not flooding right now, even though we have taken flotation damage. You know, yeah, we're gonna wait until dusk gets here, and then we're gonna turn. And while our gunneries are bad on both sides, I'm gonna try to do a torpedo attack. There we go. All right, this will possibly do. Try and take advantage because I'm not sure. Oh, then we get hit hard, and we start losing speed. This is a risk. It's a sort of a dumb risk, but I just want to get some points on the board here, some victory points. We're straddling them. All right, it is dark, so that should help us with avoiding being hit, except they keep hitting us anyhow. And we can't really catch them. All right, let's run away and go down to 6 knots. Never mind, let's go to max speed. Whoa. Okay, well, we're in trouble. Yeah, we flubbed this one. We're flooding, light flooding. Go down to cruise, go down to 6 knots. And we took heavy damage and they took light. Whoops. Oh, did we just lose our ship? I believe we did. Yep, it is gone. It's not on the list anymore. We were so close to home. And they are still sinking the crap out of our ships. This is not very fun. I want I want a battle. I want a battle. I don't know. Felt like we just lost a ship for essentially no reason. It's my fault for going back for the torpedo runs. I could have got out of there. It's weird that I have all these raiders out here. And let's send this into Southeast Asia. We'll send a raider into Southeast Asia for a turn or two, just a couple months, and see if we can do some damage. All right, these will go into Division 12 for the destroyers. Just get them assigned. Let's save the game. We're going to put these on trade protection. Let's move them. Actually, let's move our older ones first. Let's move them to the Central Pacific. And maybe that'll help with rating. Probably not, but it might help a little bit. Okay, so we're thwarting some of their efforts now. We've got one ship heading to Southeast Asia for some raiding. We stole the German heavy cruiser plans, which is pretty standard heavy cruiser. It's about what everyone's using right now. A couple of big guns and some 6-inch backups. It's a pretty good light cruiser. It's like almost double the size of the cruisers we've been building. So naturally, it's going to have more guns. And it's just as fast. All right. Well, we managed to sink one of theirs, and they sank a couple of ours. There's the Japanese 6,000-ton ship that is, I'm not sure if it's being, I forgot to look at if it's being rebuilt or if it's being built, but it's only 14 knots. and it's only 6,000 tons. So just a little itty bitty. Okay. Not a whole lot we can do right now. We've got all these Galvestons being built and our Michigans. Here's another cruiser action. All right. Is it going to be a heavy cruiser or a light cruiser? It does make a difference. So we're going to keep on uh, cruising until we spot them, and then we can speed up a little bit. Go. All right, let's see what we got here. Hopefully it's just one. The Kasuga class. 20 knots. Bunch of 5-inch guns, which are probably pretty good against us, actually. Well, they are hitting us already. Don't know why. I wonder if I have a bad commander. I wonder if I have bad commanders in the Pacific or not. Well, there goes our rudder. Oh, we're just coming out on the wrong end of all these cruiser fights. And somehow, despite being on paper slower than us, like they have no problem catching us. All right, this is a chance to launch a torpedo. There we go. And we'll fire off another. Nope. They were pretty good shots, though. Yeah, they are pounding us. Come on, man. All right, let's just go home. And we're on fire. Cool. Yeah, we're just getting absolutely rocked here. Like, we're not even hitting them at all. This is awful. Yeah, we're done. We lost another light cruiser. Okay, well, I don't know what to do about this. We we scored 4 hits. 4 hits to 27. And it's not like, we have gunnery as one of our doctrines. It's not like we're not trying. What the heck is going on here? All right, let's look at our Northern Pacific. Yeah, we don't have any idea how good these commanders are. That is a shame. Well, we're just losing ships left and right, I guess. They've caught up to us in victory points. There's another cruiser action. At least we have two this time. But it's dark, of course. The one time we're actually right near home. But maybe we'll catch them. There we go. In the dark. That's actually really good for us. But they have two ships as well. And they can shoot at us, but we can't shoot at them. All right, come on. Can we shoot a torpedo at anybody? No, not yet. They are just really good at gunnery, and we are not. Hope that won't be a persistent problem throughout the campaign. I wonder if they unlocked I don't know, some kind of accuracy technology or something. Or maybe they just have really like high skill crews, maybe? Like maybe they had an event that gave them a morale bonus. There we go. Of course. Let's try to get home to Pearl. Fresno's gonna go. Dude, they are just so incredibly fast. The Tucson is damaged. It only go 13 knots. What is going on in this war? Kasuga. Yeah, they're 20 knots, and they were doing circles around us. We were 21 knots to start out with. We're slow now, but yep, there goes the rudder. So not like we can actually get home or anything. Yeah, we're just I don't know. This is a disaster. We have so many cruisers around Pearl Harbor, yet okay, well that's the end of that. Can we fire a torpedo at anybody? We can. Yeah, we're dead in the water. It's over. And they just sail away because they know we're done. Well, at least we stopped the flooding. We can get a little bit of speed. Maybe we can get home. Okay. Well, this is actually kind of frustrating the heck out of me here. Oh, this is really annoying. Japan is like just destroying us. We're getting our butts kicked. I say we. I'm shifting blame off to everybody else but me. All right. Well, I don't know what to do here. We have a lot of ships in the Central Pacific. Yeah, I'm not sure what to change exactly. I could bring I could move all these to the Central Pacific to try to support this situation there. And they're going to raid the heck out of us in the meantime. There we go. We intercepted a raider. Time to lose another ship. There we go. Let's do that. The Naniwa class. We seem to be catching up to it. 19 knots. It's a small one. That is another factor, is that we did make the Galvestons really small, like 4,400 tons, I think. And when you're going up against other cruisers that are like 6,000, 7,000 tons, you are going to be pretty massively outgunned. We went for building efficiency and uh, like cost savings over effectiveness, which might be a lesson we have to observe. I'm straddling them. Straddle. There we go. Hit them again. Come on, we just need some hits with these 6-inch guns. We need to really even this war out a little bit here. They are losing ships to internment, but that doesn't actually score us any victory points. Okay, we have managed to get them to slow down. Can we hit them with a torpedo? The heck is that? That is a very weird bug. Hit them a couple more times. Hit them some more. There we go. We might just have to gun them down. I don't remember our torpedoes being very effective when we were playing as Germany either. It was just Japan really that we like completely focused on like light destroyers and torpedo warfare stuff. Oh, there we go. That's cool. Thank you. Well, we sank each other at least. Awesome. All right. Let's I am glad that I built the another round of Galveston class as light cruisers. because we've lost at least probably four of those already. Yeah, we're down to one, two, three, four. Yep, we've lost four out of the eight that we had. So not fantastic. Assign these to the second light cruiser division. We're going to move it over to the Central Pacific. We're just going to keep throwing ships into the fire. At least we intercepted with a heavy cruiser this time. All right, we are not going to engage, I guess. We must be fairly near each other. It doesn't say that we're too far apart. There it is. There it is down there. What was it? Akashi class. Yeah, we would have done probably pretty good against that. All right, let's feels like every time there's a chance for us to win a fight, something weird happens. All right, well, we might have to build a new round of light cruisers. Let's just take the chance to end the war now. Nope, we gave up a prestige for nothing. Yeah, I'm just tired of this war already. I think it's really annoying. If we were having at least some cool fights, that would be okay, but this is just dumb. That giant bean of a ship there, the Bulwark class. 13,600 tons, 16 knots, which is good. Lots of armor. 13-inch guns. Uh, they're really leaning on those big guns. Like they got very little in the way of like medium secondaries. Okay, let's get all these assigned to a division. We'll go to the third. And once the last one arrives, we'll let them work up for a couple months and then send them to the Pacific to die. That is the fate of all these ships, I suppose. Meanwhile, let's design some real light, well, not real, but some better light cruisers, I guess. So the ones we have are, again, they're 4,400 tons. Let's go up to 5,500. Let's get rid of all these secondaries. We don't want them to be heavy cruisers, essentially. In my view, a heavy cruiser has a couple of big guns. So we're going to go down to 6-inch guns. See if we can't squeeze all those on there. We can. We want more ammo. 170 rounds is good. What else can we put on here? I'm not really worried about secondaries that much. The primaries are what counts. We have some extra weight left over. Maybe we can go up to 5,700 tons. This gives us a 22 knot light cruiser with just a bunch of 6-inch guns, and go down on the deck, and some torpedoes back up. Maybe we can go up to 4 inches of armor. That might be okay. Are we allowed to do extended belt? We are. So 4 inches of belt with an extra inch of extended belt. This is way more heavily armored than I would normally do for a light cruiser. And they're also more expensive. You can see there, they're like 22,000 to build, whereas the other ones were like 16 or something. But yeah, we could build 4 of these to start out with. Give us a little bit more oomph. Okay, save the game. And there's the new. We will answer their insulting offer with steel. They're trying to get us to give up. Listen, buddy, I don't know when to quit. All right, let's send all of these to the Central Pacific. Is our this is still a rating, so let's it's starting to it's got the asterisk. So let's get it back to the Central Pacific and get it either repaired or refueled, whatever it needs to do. All right, there we go. We're beginning to get our battleships now. They are arriving. Go to the build screen. We'll build 8 of these. There we go. Because the battleships are finishing up right now. When the enemy gets big, our answer will be to get bigger. Okay. We also need to build some more of our swerves. So we'll do like 4 more. Nah, we don't need that many. We need 7, and we have 8. So let's just build 2 more, and we'll be done with that for quite a while. Okay. Well, if we can get a grip on the enemy, we're going to wait for this last Michigan to finish, and then we'll start assigning our battleships to divisions and send them out. Actually, let's do that now. So let's put these into the 5th. That's like the reserve division. We'll put these into the 1st battle division. And they're not short range, so we will be able to redeploy them to the Central Pacific. 2nd battle division. And we're back up into the positive on the monthly balance. So let's go ahead and just build up some dock and go. Okay, improved accuracy. That's nice. Can we get rid of these Delawares? Can we just scrap them? We'll wait a while. We need 8 battleships, and we only have we're only going to have 6 of the Michigans. Okay, there we go. So 2nd battle division. How close are we to finishing the Central Pacific? Oh, we did. So we have 100 and I think, yeah, 135 capacity in the Central Pacific. It's not enough. Not enough for what we're doing, at least. But maybe we could improve this up here. There we go. We'll do that one for now. It's it's not going to affect the current war if we start improving Hawaii. So we may as well just wait at least a little bit. Convoy defense, they declined. They gave us some more money. Let's keep going. We just got a budget boost. We'll use that to improve Midway. It'll only take a year to do Midway, just to get a little bit of a boost. And then the next one we do will give us like 10 more and 10 more capacity, etc., etc. All right, are these worked up yet? They are. So let's get them out to the Central Pacific. All right, what is our capacity looking like here? We've used up 54 out of 135, so 3 small battleships shouldn't really shouldn't take us over. Hopefully it won't. All right, how is our raider looking? There it is. All right. Nope, that's not it. It's one of the Nashvilles. This is it right here. All right, so it looks like it's got the asterisk, so it's still refueling or whatever it has to do. Convoy defense. No, let's take a prestige here. They're calling this a dire situation, and it's not actually not that. It's not that bad. They're winning, but they're winning just by a little bit. All right, it's not that bad. All right, we have intercepted a raider. We have 2 ships to intercept with, which is kind of nice. There it is. So let's turn off our torpedoes. Let's go to squad max and go to line ahead. And hopefully it's just one raider down there. It's a heavy cruiser, so it could be troublesome. We do want to... Oh, Charleston, come on, what are you doing? Let's head back. Maybe they'll link up back into a formation. Nope. So I have to control 2 of these now. Cool. That's fine. We just need to score some hits on this Zumo, then we'll be okay. Of course, they score hits on us. Why not? 7,100 tons. I mean, it's not that fantastic of a heavy cruiser. We just, our gunnery is garbage, as the United States, apparently. I don't know why. It's straddling us. What if we get on both sides of them? This is my classic double envelopment that I like to do when I have multiple ships that I can control. Yeah, if we can't, like, if we can't at least damage this thing, then we might as well just throw in our hat, because this is not going to go well at all. There we go. Yep. Damaged rudder. This is so trashy and infuriating. All right, well, let's just leave. It's stupid. I mean, what are we supposed to do? Just keep chasing them and getting hit? Look how many mines we have laid out there. Sure, we did nothing to them. We scored 1 hit on them. There we go. I mean, yeah, if anything, we're going to win the war by forcing them all to go into internment. And then we sit there and not score any kills with our raiders. So, oh boy. Well, if they keep declining, it's funny they decline and lose like 200 victory points, but then they make up another 20 or so every turn on raiding us. Okay. Very annoying. Let's send these to the Northern Pacific. And we'll put them on trade protection along the way. The frustrating thing is we have to go around the maybe we can finish this. There we go. That is stupid. What a stupid war. That was awful. All right. What an annoying war that was. I'm just like pressing the button because I'm so annoyed. Not even looking around. What's happening? Sure. Yeah, take away our prestige too while you're at it. We have really we're not even like they're like we have the smallest tonnage out of all the major nations, but it's like, are we really a major nation right now? We have more than Japan, and Japan just like kicked our butts. Actually, we don't have more than Japan. Never mind. Yes, I understand we don't have enough. We don't care about what Germany's doing down in the South Pacific. Okay, well, yeah, that was kind of humiliating to get beat up by little old Japan like that. Let's get a prestige back. Blame, find some guy to blame, and okay, because we need prestige because we want to get rid of these Delawares. So, can we scrap them? Let's scrap them. Give up a couple prestige to do it. Let's bring home. Nope. Let's bring these back home. North American East Coast. There we go. We can leave behind the two rallies. There we go. That'll actually save us some money on maintenance once we get those back home, essentially. Because you can see they're at 199 versus 166 if they're sitting in our home ports. Hey, we stole range tables from Germany. We probably needed that desperately during our war there. Okay. Um, Loading mechanism. Let's just go ahead and put this back on medium and let it sit like that for a minute. We only have a couple more months before we're out of money. So we're going to get back another 900 per month or so from this one. Or maybe it wasn't even quite that much. But at least we have 2 more months now of funding. What if we put a couple of mobiles on halted construction? There we go. Let's denounce Italy and hope for some budget. We're at 160,000. Hey, 170,000. We'll take that. That'll let us put this back into construction. And then that'll be long enough of a delay for us to start finishing the other mobiles. There we go. Oh, cool. They get rid of our funding. Let's prepare. If we want peace, so let's prepare for war to do it. We're going to get budget and tension, which we need. We want to get into the yellow there with Russia. Wow. What happened? Why'd it go so high? That's a little bit crazy. Way more than expected. But that's okay. It's fine. Let's put this back on construction. That tension should come down from Russia a little bit due to the recent war, that event that pops up. Well, it's not an event, but it's like a thing that happens. Let's sell to. Let's be an arms manufacturer, Lord of War. Uh-oh. All right, yeah. Now we need tensions to go down with Russia, please. Not very keen on getting into another long-range war in the Pacific. If we get into a war with them, I'm gonna just fight them in Northern Europe or something. All right, we have way too many escorts, so let's Scrap some of them. And look at that, we're at the 40-minute mark. So I'm a little bit hesitant to hit the next turn button because it might just lump us straight into a war with old Russia there. So yeah, we're just going to go ahead and call it here. I'm just glad the war is over with Japan. That's really stupid. We need some kind of port over here in Asia if we want to fight Japan. Otherwise, it's going to be really bad for us just in general. So we're going to make a backup. There we go. And I will see you all tomorrow. You'll be seeing me tomorrow if you watch every day. I don't know if you do or not. Some of you might just watch like in binges. That's what I do sometimes. I'll just like give it a few days for someone to create something, and then I'll just like watch several of their videos in a row. But thank you all so much for hanging out with me. I'll see you next time, and stay safe.